influence, yeah. See me moving, yeah, I glow up. Every time I show up, I can flip my switch out. They act like they know us, but they ain't no dog, I'm big dog. Asking if it's still a flex, say they better go ask Booyah. Never think I'm gon' check, better pull up like woo. Come to place and I'm the best, I ain't worried about none who y'all. 24, no rest, stand on business, I'm too tall. Thought you was a threat, I do real life through no tip attack. On the internet, when we do that, see I've been a threat, and I've been a vet. Thought you knew that way, I'm cashing checks. I don't owe no debts, I've been through that, see you SOS. SOS, SOS, see you SOS. Need a life vest, need no mic check. SOS, 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 see you SOS. We don't talk checks, we get to it. All in for the jackpot. Every time I want the last shot. Championship ring. Went to starter from a mascot. Went to rollies from a G-Shock. Brand new kettle, no teapot. You should know I don't play. Go sicko mode like I'm T-Scott. Eagle vision from the treetop. Went to image from a green dot. Never had no limit, but I had some Reeboks. Keep it humble, but the fee's not. In the game, no free spots. But I earn what's mine. Nothing less, I'ma shine. Thought you was a threat. I do real life through no tip attack. On the internet, when I do that, see I've been a threat, and I've been a vet. Thought you knew that way, I'm cashing checks. I don't owe no debts, I've been through that, see you SOS. SOS, SOS, see you SOS. Need a life vest, need no mic check. SOS, 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 see you SOS. We don't talk checks, we get to it. Tell them run it up. I wake up. Yeah. I wake up. Flex. Thumb down now. Check. No drip this. Wet. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it up. I wake up. Flex. Thumb down now. Check. No drip this. Wet. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it. 9 out of 10 roll through my hands, I'm by my lonely. Turned to a savage, now my baby wants to hold me. I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies. Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me. I'm number one up on that court, I'm Nick McGrady. The first one in, the last one out, can't call me lazy. Put in my hours, send the invoice and they pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ and Tom Brady. I wake up, flex, thumb down now, check. No drip this, wet. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down now, check. No drip this, wet. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it up. Y'all gon' make me take that trip way out to Europe. I call up Nigeria, come through in a hurry. Those London boys don't come to play, you should get worried. One false move, find yourself, they getting buried. Dance with the devil, used to love playing those games. Made some bad decisions that brought my mama pain. I made a promise to her, swore that I would change. I'm on the come up, bet I live up to my name. I wake up, flex, thumb down now, check. No drip this, wet. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down now, check. No drip this, wet. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it up.
Good morning all. Yes sir, hope everyone is well, hope everyone is good. Let's see what we got going on in the markets here. Make sure on all systems go, everything does look like it is working. So happy Friday to all, hope everyone had a good day yesterday. Load up a few things here and then we get started. Sweet. So let's get into the analysis for today. Calendar first. Today is going to be Friday. We have Italian bank holiday, French bank holiday, but no Euro bank holiday. So DAX is still valid to trade. If it was Euro bank holiday, we'd have issues. French and Italian, we should be fine here. Otherwise, we're pretty clean for the rest of the day. We have retail sales later, and then we have a bit of preliminary. I can't even say it all the time. This gets me. Preliminary inflation expectations. More important today is going to be the speech between Trump and Putin. Basically, we have speeches between them today. That is big one market will wait for. Obviously, gold is affected by that. Stock market affected. A lot of things actually affected by that. That is not till 19 UTC, so not till late, but we might see some slower US session as price waits for that news to come out. But we have to see what ends up happening. Now, looking at the chart, daily time frame on gold closing bearish below structure. We didn't tap previous structure yet. 4-hour time frame closing bullish back inside of the range, stuck now at previous 4-hour resistance. This is leaving us with a mixed session bias for today. Put this P4 like that, and 1-hour time frame starting to try to move up there. 15 minutes, let's see. We closed above here. We tapped this 15-minute resistance here. Bit messy on 15, don't we say? Now, looking for sells today, we have this 4-hour support there. Is it still relevant? Yep. Actually, no, we crossed through twice now, but it is our range. So I want to know where our range is. So that's why I'm going to leave it on, just to know where our range is. But realistically, sell should come below 41 here. Let's have a look at this. That notch there could be an issue. I feel like we've tested it though, so if we close below here, we could have a possibility of sells. Now the buys is the interesting part because of how small our range is, but we could wick fill. 30-minute is clean, so a 30-minute close above here could lead into some more buys. So I'd be looking for, if this 15 close bearish, I'd look for 15 close above here with a 30-minute, and then I can fill this wick and try push through this 15, get back into 50. For sells, let's see how it forms around at the lows, but it's basically today almost a buy above, sell below type day. What I'm looking for here, I'm more positioned on the buys, to be honest, compared to the sells. Even though we have broken structure on daily and 4-hour, we have closed back in the range. So this could be a little bit of a bounce here, especially ahead of the news. Uncertainty, we can see some money. We can see some money flow into assets here like gold and stuff like that. So yeah, this is going to be basically the plan for gold. Now looking at DAX here on the other hand, we have DAX here daily time frame pushing up here towards our daily resistance. We're almost at max target for the week. We already crossed weekly resistances. Now we're going to close a weekly resistance at a new high, potentially first weekly breakout close. 4-hour time frame closing full bullish here, really bad on 4-hour time frame. No pullbacks, no liquidity grab. At any point this can give up and reverse. You are relying today fully on volume, nothing but volume today. No volume, you lose your trade. We have 4 hours, no bottom wick. Let's see how that looks here. Just give it a second to go. Let me see. No bottom wick on 4 hours as well, so definitely can flip. No close above 4 hour. No bottom wick on 1 hour currently, and no bottom wick on 15 as well. So we have quite a few candles here with no bottom wicks, and we are straight driving, especially with the no bottom wick on 4 hour. Really could end up flipping during the session. It's even possible, so we have to keep that in mind. We are gonna be, if we're gonna buy breakouts, we are buying the highest point of the whole day here, and the highest point of the week. So you're buying basically the highs of the highs. Volume today is all gonna be based on volume. No volume, no continuation. That's it. Can just put this as 1 hour. So if we're back into volume time, should be straightforward here. What I would like to see, 10 o'clock close is just pushing at the moment. We're just pushing. I would actually prefer if this was to close bearish last 3 minutes, then we close above. 30-minute will close above bullish, 1 hour will close above bullish. We kind of need one more 5-minute structure would be preferred. If this came down, then we close above, would be way better. Let's see if we can maybe find how 5 minutes looking clean until at least this spot here, 5.506A. We have 500 as a potential mid key level. We just need a confirmation of a liquidity grab, because we haven't had any days where we just push straight bullish. After breaking highs, it always pulls back, but from the lows we have, but now we're at highs. We want to see how that forms. Looking at currency pairs here, we have GJ now sitting at lows here. Daily time frame very interestingly closed above here, so this could be one more retest. We could end up getting buys. It is bearish buy session, but I consider this mix because of how the daily close. Something leaving this previous daily resistance will give you a buy option back towards the upside. Otherwise, if it fails here, you can look for a lower high to continue sells. That's going to be the simple plan for GJ at the moment here. Just mark the 1 hour support that's going to form here. I do assume that this is going to close in 2 minutes bullish, so I'm going to mark this prematurely. 1 hour support. We probably have something a little bit similar on USD JPY. Not as similar actually. Daily time frame here is a total mess. Wow. Total mess. 4 hour time frames. So your buys today. Sells would be below this daily support with some good structure form. But the buys could also play out. Oh, this is interesting spot. I wonder if you could take resistance from somewhere up here. So sells below the range setup 1 can make sense if it starts to come back. Yesterday it faked out, huh? Yesterday it faked out. Now we're sitting at daily support here right now. There's positive news for the yen. Yes. Yeah, I want to see more confirmation for myself here. Something come down, grab liquidity. You could get the sells below here as well. So we'll just see how this ends up forming overall, to be honest, and then take it from there. So yeah, these are the plans. So these are the plans for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the analysis. Everything is loud and clear. And yeah, if you did, you know the business. Can we do the YouTube business? 200 of us in here. Get the likes up to 100. I would appreciate that. You guys know the drill. Let's get it. L in chat, don't believe trading, guys. No one is profitable. Yep, seems like you've had a bad time in trading. Probably from the people you've learned from, unfortunately. I do wish you better times in trading. And if you just don't believe in it, then probably quit, man. It will be better for you because you already have that toxic mindset. You're better off just to quit until you can change your mindset and be positive about making successful things. Bro joined the 10-day trade signal group here, probably. Realistically, most people fail at trading, but any absolute statement is automatically false. Well, most people quit, and that's considered a failure, right? Did you take any trades in NYSE? Yes, I took yesterday, set up 5. I got out at tiny profit, but I consider it in my books a break-even trade. There was a setup a couple minutes later that worked. Yes, that one I took as well. Got break even on that as well. Yeah, we were all discussing it here. This was the second trade, but it never reached 1-to-1. This one. Can you end up explaining? Yeah, man, it's very simple. If you look at the lower time frame here, right? Took a small loss. The second one, it's impossible to take a loss because you had so much room. Plus, I was telling you guys exactly what I was doing. So we close above here, and then we start to push up bullish, and then we reach this 1 minute resistance and stall. We stall. So you give it a chance. This closes bullish. The minute that breaks the low, I give it a chance, and boom, you just get out. There should be continuation after that. Normally, when you see that 1 minute fail at something, not gonna do well, you know. So you just get out because there should be straight continuation. Because it's at something, right? It's not like it didn't. The problem is also bias, man. It's mixed bias. So at the open, you know, if it's mixed, if it was bullish or bearish bias, then and you were following bias, then you can argue just to hold, you know, because you trust the bias. See how DAX is doing here. Oh, it tapped daily resistance now. Yeah, nothing really you can do on this. No top wick and all of this BS. And tap daily resistance. Yeah. Possibly DAX is done for today, possibly. We tap target of the day. So unless we trade above it, trading back to it, we have a lower. We can do it, but it's a lower win rate setup to trade back to it. Because we are going to be trading straight back into resistance. We can with volume, but we need to be super aggressive. We need to be super aggressive. So let's be careful if we're executing on that. Good bottom wick, man. Good bottom wick. I like it with the bottom wick, but it's on 5 minutes. Why on 5 minutes? You need to show me 15 minutes. 30 minutes. 1 hour. So you're buying right at 1 hour. No, that's right. It's 2 hours. Not buying at 1 hour resistance yet. 4 hours, fine. It's good bottom wick, man. I like the bottom wick. Just your stop loss is risky. You're putting a very aggressive stop loss. You probably need 8 pip stop loss in this type of position. Might end up B, but then it's fine. You just take a B, right? If it pushes past, then happy days. So it can be a shot. Don't you think selling side will be more accurate in gold as we already got the rejection? Both can be, man. The problem is we have to see where it wants to decide. Because we're sitting at a 4 hour support. If it bounces from here again, that could be the drive back up. Because we reached this target here, which is kind of like a previous 4 hour. We bounced from that and we're stuck in a 4 hour range right now. So it really needs to decide. Does it want to come down, retest one more time? Fundamentally, with speeches as well, I would assume we are a little bit more bullish. We'll see. We'll see. 8 minutes for this candle to close. I'm not entering on any 5 minutes, especially 5 minute no pullbacks. It's not my plan. We have 1 hour candle closing bearish though, but it's back inside the range. 30 minute, of course, is closing. Actually, not. I thought it was actually closed doji here. But we have all this previous 30 resistance here that we can react off. So really, sells actually become a lot better below that. We'll just see how price forms in here. We need to see in about 8 minutes. DAX lurking back. Yeah, we'll have to see how DAX forms. Tap target exactly. You see, daily resistance, huge sells from daily resistance now. Do we go back and retest daily resistance? It is riskier, but we can do it. We just need to be more aggressive. Above daily resistance, fine. That's also fine. But ideally, in the perfect world, you want to try get to daily resistance. So we'll see how this ends up forming, though. It's still early. We have a lot of time for the session. A lot of time. UJ might give sells. 8 minutes. Not 8 minutes now. What, 6 minutes we have till the UJ 15 will close as well. Did you get anything out of US 30? Yeah, 2 trades on US 30. One tiny profit and one break even. I took what's this called? One of my setups. I had very simple plan. I put the plan in the group here for US 30 yesterday. This was my plan for US 30. I was literally looking for a buy above that or a sell below here. And we got the buys above this twice. We got one, pushed a little bit, came back. Then we got it again, pushed a little bit, came back. Same. And then really late, boom. That current support, yes, you are correct. You are correct. The only reason I have it on is just to know where our range is today. So I just want to see, like, this is the range. So if you look, no drawings. This is our range. We have multiple 4-hour 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 times we've tested it. And we close back inside the range. So just in my head, I want to know where the range is. Doesn't mean I'm scared of it. I just want to know, are we out of the range or still inside the range? Because selling inside the range here will be more difficult than outside of the range. But you are correct. Thank you for notifying me today. DAX doesn't like this daily resistance. You know, DAX is actually overvalued at the moment as an asset. We are overvalued because we had very poor reports coming out of Germany, and we are pushing up on price, all on optimism of rate cuts in the US. So we are actually overvalued on DAX at the moment. So we'll see how that plays into price action here. But there's just no selling ranges yet, you know. We have to really start to break down before we get into some serious selling ranges. This is all super choppy, super bullish structure. Only thing I don't like, this is not a 30-minute close, and this is a 50-minute close straight into this support here. If it was just this one candle, maybe we can try it, but it's been a resistance in the past as well. It's such a bad scenario, especially with 5, no structure yet, man. So what I'll do is, if this closes below, I wait for structure, and then once we get below structure, I enter. Harry, curious if you trade only the London session, if so, why? And do you avoid looking at charts high volume moves in NY? Nope, I trade both sessions. I trade London and NY. You can see my NY trades in the public group. I've actually on 8 trade win streak on NY. Except for one gamble. these are all my, so it took DAX. This is not DAX buy. This is actually wrong. This is US 30. So used to writing DAX. US 30 buys I took here. These were DAX sells. All NY, NY. This was NY. This was NY. This was NY. This was on stream. This was on stream. This was NY. You get the point. $147 key level. Yes, that is a key level, correct. Get it, London is as not that it is compared now but it's not terrible. It was much worse once we've adapted. I mean, this week it's pretty standard. Had 3 trades this week. One went 75% to TP. Little bit more volume, you have a winning trade. We had a win in the beginning of the week, and then there was a win yesterday as well. So 3 trades in London, all wins, is actually a very standard good week. If you look at my journal, like that's basically a little bit even, like my average I think is like 3 trades a week long term. So it's actually very good. It's very good. Buys above there, yeah, it's possible. After this liquidity grab, yes. That is correct. Hopefully, someone nearly over, so hopefully it picks up. I think it's picked up, man. I think this is, it's there. It's just breakouts are not ready, but the market cycle is not a breakout. But as London as a whole, we're getting moves. Like this week, like I said, 3 for 3. You can't really complain. No losses, no random stuff. It's just, you know, you get 3 options, 3 potential take profits there, you know. 1 capitalized. Yesterday there was 1. Joy has, what happened to Intel yesterday? I'm not sure. I didn't read about that. You'll have to tell me. Stock is up 15%. Damn, really? Earnings. Must be earnings then. It's the only thing I can explain. Oh, stake in chip maker. It's probably what pushed US 30 and stuff up yesterday then. Late, right? We saw late. Alright, gold has closed below here, but no top wick and no structure on 5. Very risky here. We're trying to create, but no top wick is very risky. Honestly, I like a 30-minute close. If the 30-minute close is like this in 15 minutes, would be perfect. But there's nothing I can do with this type of setup here. Straight into this support. This is literally a trade you can get like 4 pips and then have to go break even and get stop break even. That's the problem, because you have to go break even. One hour has no top wick on broker, or it has one? Has. Very interesting on DAX here. Retraced the whole move in a couple of 1-minute candles here. 5-minute has closed above here as well now at daily resistance. So look, if DAX is going to be a day where we just have stupid volume towards upside, being aggressive is not going to be too bad. It's just going to be a bit risky because we've lacked continuation We have a liquidity grab now. Buys above daily resistance can work. I am still going to be aggressive though, even though I know it can come back, tap my entry and stop me out and fly. But I just have to trade on probabilities, unfortunately. And that means taking more break even sometimes in certain market conditions, but it keeps me safe from a loss. Instead of begging and pleading and hoping, I'm trading on things I know. Right? I know, and that's way better. And more profitable long term. Is a 4 hour above the daily? Let's see how far that 4 hours. Yeah, it's covered by a wick as well, but we should mark it. You are correct. So at least we have a wick covering it, so it gives us a higher chance of passing it, but we should keep an eye on it for sure. That is definitely true. See if there's any 15 minutes above the daily. No, we're clean on 15. 5 should be clean, I assume, as well. Yeah. If this 5 was to do it, what are we looking like here in stop? 20 points? Oof, that's disgusting. How to calculate SL in a trade? You can either use a trade manager or you can learn to calculate lot size. You can learn to calculate lot size. Right? It takes too long to use a lot size calculator unless you're swing trading. You can also get a whiteboard and you can write up an average stop loss. So, you know, average stop losses maybe will start from, let's say you can write 10 pips. You're using between this. Once you learn mentally, it's very easy when you learn mental. Yes, you can also put a buy, stop and check, yes. But you need to have a rough idea of how much you want to be using before you put the buy, stop. Otherwise, it will take too long to change, you know. So you want to be changing by like, you know, a little bit. I don't know how comfortable I feel with this type of 1 minute structure and ripping it at the highs. We'll see. We have this little 1 hour, but this is being crossed through by 2 wicks here, so I'm not too worried about it. We should be able to push through with volume, and it's being crossed through with 2 wicks, and it's not there on 30 minute. It's not there on 15 minute. 30 minute is higher, and then 15 minute is actually fully clean. So I feel like because this is a volume based trade anyways, so if volume is not gonna come as a whole, doesn't matter about resistance, just gonna fail overall. Without drawings, this looks like an option here. But you add drawings, you see the issues. So we need to see. In the perfect world, this candle closes bearish, next one closes above. Not perfect world, but in a, you know, more confirmation. Let's see what gold is doing here. Gold is now making structure, right? So this is what we need to see. If sells want to continue down, it needs to do this. It needs to go make structure. After session, I'll pick up whiteboard. Yeah, whiteboard's good, but if you just want something in a short time, then just do it on a piece of paper and keep it next to your desk. No harm in that as well. Just whiteboard is bigger. You can put it on your wall, etc., etc. Why would anyone not get a free trade manager? How many people do not use a calculator today? Me, I don't. But I'm very traditional, and we didn't really have those when I first started. There weren't none, or none that were, you know, well known. None that were well known, so you just learn to trade without one. You get really good. Have your YouTube channel ever got demonetized for some reason? No, I just demonetized my own content. So I don't try to get monetized on content that I know will be demonetized. So a lot of content I turn off monetization. If there's like content I'm swearing, I'm doing this, that, I just demonetize that. Use music. US 30 all-time high. It is possible. It is possible. You know. Oh, we are early today. Wow. Oh, we did the business, huh? So don't put question mark, man. You're fooling me. Ask me all-time high. It is at all-time high. Fuck's sake. Six minutes for this 30-minute to close. See what stops would be looking like if we close. We have 27 pip stops. This level is a problem, but it's 7 pips. Orange Man today speaks with Russia. Big one. Market is going to react off that, especially over weekend, man. It's definitely a time. If London Open flies on DAX, I might slap my supervisor at work. Don't do that, because if London dumps, you know. Please, no political opinions. Be diplomatic. What's your thoughts on meme coins? My thoughts on meme coins is you are having a gamble, man. You know, it's a full gamble. You're going full margin. You trust something to pump because of some basic research you did on whale moving. You can make a lot of money. You can lose a lot of money. Most people who make the quick money in meme coins lose it. So you really need to know what you're doing. There is money to be made there, yes. But you need to have, it's a pay to play type game. I played with meme coins. I made, you know, quite good money from it. 4 or 5 grand. I lost the 4 or 5 grand and ended up break even on my meme coin journey. That was it for me. So I made money, but then, you know, when I wanted to make more, it just went. So, I mean, ending up break even is not bad. But again, I know some people do extremely well. Same journey in meme coins. It's a bit of luck, man. You have to hit one and you have to go heavy in that one. You know, you put $1,000 in something that does 100x. Now we're talking, you know. Now we're talking. It is gambling. It's a bit of fun. If you treat it like that, and like, you know, there's one that hits, the one that hits is gonna pay you. But that's like a gambler, right? That's a gambler mindset. It's like, you only lose when you quit. You know, it's that type of mindset. So you really have to understand that. I think there's way more easier ways. And look, if you win in meme coins, the money comes easy. But there's more sufficient ways to make money in crypto. Your literal hack is just to buy dips on Ethereum and Bitcoin. Like, this is, no one speaks about this. Everyone's focusing on meme coin. Instead of that, instead of wasting $1,000, if you put $1,000 at the lows, and let's say you didn't catch the lows, right? You started to buy here once you started to see it rebound, or you bought in this consolidation because you were like, you know what? I didn't trust it down here. This thing's gonna keep dumping. Then we broke structure and you bought it in this consolidation. You would have almost doubled your money already, right? Pretty safely. So to double your money in an asset over, you know, 80 days, not bad. That's like 2.5 months to make double return. Now, if you have money, but it's the same with meme coins. You know, you need to put in 1,000 to make significant money. That's the bet size you need to use to make, you know, unless you're really getting lucky with really early entries, blah, 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 blah. All right, we're creating structure. So close above there would be nice. How is gold doing before the close? Interesting, interesting. We might close above here. 30-minute might close above the range. We'll see. 2 minutes is sometime. I'm all in Bitcoin. Nice, man. Nice. Good job. Don't flex profits online. Unhealthy. Do you sell a course? No, I don't sell a course. I just make my course free with my group, man. So I don't have a separate selling a course. So if you join and you want to learn from me and you want to speak with me daily, then you get the course free. Or you think of it the other way around, that you pay monthly to buy a course maybe, and then you get to speak to me for free. But I don't think it works that way. Look at gold previous level broker. Mine's just next to it. Yeah, let me have a look on broker then, man. No, it's the same on broker here. Same as what I see on Tradingview. I bought it from 2021. Damn. What time is London session in EST? Right now. Right now is London session, man. We're trading London session now. Not sure if I like gold, man. I'm not sure if I like gold in this position here. A lot of BS here, huh? 15 now closing doji potentially. I feel like it's a bit forced with all this support here. I really feel like we can take a better sell with more accuracy with something closing below here. Think about it. This would also be much better here. But at the same time, on 30-minute, there is a small opportunity. What a tough one. What a tough one. Let's see the top wick here of the next candle start to calculate some stuff. For a good top wick, I'll probably take it. And then you have to be aggressive. See how it all opens and everything. Gives us more information. And we'll see from there. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's too much. It's too difficult. It's too difficult. There's so many contra. I ran all the scenarios in my head and it's literally 50-50. 50-50. There's enough to argue to downside that there is to argue to upside. And when it's like that, I can't do it. I really can't. I'm too uncomfortable in the trade. I will go very aggressive break even and probably get stop break even. It's just too much contradictions. If we were full bearish bias, easy. That's immediately, but we're not, huh? We're not. This 4-hour close is still in the range here. This could just be the bottom wick. You know, it's too much contradictions. So in that case, I make executive decisions. Go half risk? Nope, it's even not good for half risks. Absolutely right, even I stay out. What is this, man? Everything, yeah, I agree, Alex. It's a lot. Do you trade on your mobile? I place orders on my mobile, but I'm trading on the screens here in terms of analysis. I have my terminal open here so I can see. Mobile is easy with buttons and putting buy stop, sell stop. You can see the risk. And for gold, there's a previous daily that's been crossed through once. I think your decision to watch here is best. Yeah, even if it dumps, I'm going to be happy with it because I ran every scenario in my head and there's too much. There's too much. Until we at least get below this previous 30 with an extra, because the one thing that put me is like, okay, we have a 1 hour candle closing bearish, rejecting a previous 4 hour. But this candle has not closed out the range yet. So in 26 minutes, if this was to close bearish, now you start to have a lot of confirmation. The 30-minute close bearish, but it's sitting right at this rejection zone. We technically have a break of structure outside of the range. If you're looking at this that's why I put it on line chart. I put it on line chart to analyze that this was our consolidation point. There's no trend in here. We have lower highs and higher lows. So this becomes a consolidation. Your sell is literally at the top of this consolidation. Yes, it can dip to here, which is where my BE was planned to be anyways. But then if it bounces here, you're going to be tapped BE immediately. So is it worth it then? At the same time, if we're going to respect this box here, that's where we're going to bounce from and potentially continue up with the original idea that we could see upside from this zone here. So it's too much contradicting. The zone where I'm selling at is literally where it makes up its mind. If we get back inside the range, which would be the 1 hour close, which would be a 15-minute below support, which would be the 30-minute now getting below, now we start to make a more of a case that downside should be able to fill back inside this range. But as long as we remain above here, the upside starts to come through, right? And this is the decision you have to make based on technicals. So regardless of what it does now, that's why it's struggling here. That's why it can't make, if it was really that bearish, we would see this break the low and dump now. But you can see we're struggling to go up, struggling to go down. That means even the algorithms, if you like to call it, or top trade are having an issue to decide because this is a crucial point. And I can see that from candlesticks and how structures forming. Because we're not making a decision now. Price is trying to decide. So instead of me trying to be part of that decision and lose, let price make the decision and then I catch the outcome. You see the difference in mindset there? I'll say that again. I let price make the decision and then I attempt to catch the outcome. Now, everything in trading has a risk. What's my risk there? The outcome that I analyze might be wrong. That means my analysis is wrong. Totally fine. As long as I'm right most of the time, I'm going to win. The second thing is me waiting for me to be part of it. The market might not invite me this time and give me an option to enter, which is totally fine because I still have to trade based off a plan. And that's how you be a professional trader and how you actually trade, is having that process every day in the market, you know? The decision is going to come from higher time frame? No, higher time frame is already set. We have our bias today. We have everything, you know? The decision is going to come from where candles close. Because if we start closing back in the range here, this starts to look more bullish for buys. Let's go back, check up on DAX. DAX still struggling at daily resistance. If you think about global instability and sheer volume of dollars at stake, war, peace, and today, massive day uncertainty, correct. It is definitely a threat. I like this structure though. I'm still happy to give it a shot if we were to see a break above daily resistance. How can we build your type of thought process, experience, and time, and listening to it again and again and again? Because you're going to listen to it and you need to develop your own thought process, even if it's slightly different, as long as the fundamentals. The way I explained it is more complex. I explained it the way it's going through my head. But in simple terms, we have a range. We're at the top of where our resistances are. We are selling into 1, 2, 3 resistances. This is the decision point, right? You need experience. You need to be doing this daily. Like you guys, I barely see people doing their own analysis. Remember, every day I come to the charts, I do analysis on the charts. Every day I send you guys NY analysis. There's only a couple of people who are sending their plans. Look, only a couple of people who are sending their plans. And you're asking, how do you develop that? Where I do it every single day. Look how many times I send plans with markups. I can let this list scroll for maybe 5 minutes. At my level, I am sending plans every day. Not for you guys, but also for me to make a plan before NY session. Look how many. I can keep going. Can you show me this? Look how fast this is going. Right? So this is the difference. You need to do something, right? Again and again, because that's what will develop the process, repetition. If you're not analyzing, how are you going to develop an analyzing process, right? A process of analyzing. 5 years down the line, I'm still putting in more work than other people. Then people ask, okay, why are you getting good? Or why did you this work? You know, it's a constant battle of developing your own process. It doesn't have to match my analysis, but the fact of coming to a chart and making a hypothesis is really important, right? You come to a chart, say this what makes sense, and I'm looking at this, and this is a key zone for me. Even if you record yourself, just record yourself. You know, it doesn't take much notes. I mean, let's look at this. This is acceptable. Does that take much time? Not really, man. You know, that doesn't take much time. That's his thought process for today. And the only reason I tell people to post is to hold themselves accountable, right? You just hold yourself accountable to doing so. Doesn't have to be something big. Even if you send a chart with no writing on it, just to prove to yourself that you have at least thought about it, it's going to help you. Wow. This is some dedication here. Should share more of this, man. You should share more of this. This is great, man. Look at this. This is all, and some great trades in here, man. Look at this. Wow. Look at these wins, man. Amazing work. This is a journal. You should share some of this stuff, man. People would love to see this. This is all good stuff. Silent worker. It's 5 minute setup too. I'm waiting for at least a 15-minute candle close, probably above. Now I want something closing above here. Then potentially I can take this as a fake out setup. We'll see. It will be quite nice. We'll see. How is DAX doing, Mr. DAX? Struggling now. Struggling now. Gold will close in how many minutes? 3 minutes for the 15 to close on gold. Still trying to make a decision, we can see. Do you believe in Christ? I'm born Catholic. Ronaldo doesn't rest just because he's great. He still puts in the rest. Did I read rest? Reps. Bad, Harry. Let's see. 1 minute 50 seconds. If we get some volume, we will close above here, and it would be something I'm interested in for buys. Back up to the previous 4 hour. Back up to here again. Flip the 4 hour. Ooh, actually we have a 30-minute resistance. I'm glad I checked. So buys above here. Yeah. That is the plan now. My buys above here. You see how it's trying to make a decision? It can't make a decision yet. It tries to go up. It's not confident yet. It's not going down. But we knew this before. We knew this before. So I have a plan, guys. I have a plan. I'm still deciding if I fully want to do this. Not sure yet. But the plan is for 100k, inshallah. What my plan is I will potentially stream for 1 month London and New York as a celebration, because it would be fun to do just once to say I've done it straight, just as like it'll be a bit of a grind, and I'll take a break after it. But I think it could be something that I want to have online, right? Something that I want to have online. You can, but it will be hectic. Yeah, but it's not long term, so it's different. And New York, yes, I will do New York only. Actually, maybe 45 minutes as well. You know? But as a celebration, you know, no one does that. Because I'm interested to see. How will you manage with gym? Full schedule. So either I will train at 6 a.m. before stream at 9. So I'll train at 6 a.m. then come to stream. Or I will try fit in between. Mean I eat on stream. Or I eat like right after stream. And then I go train between. Something like that. Fully dedicated? Yeah, but it's not long term. So it's kind of like a little bit of a, you know, challenge type thing. Just to say I've done it, you know. So you're not going to fly someone? I will fly someone on top of that, yes. All right, DAX here, closed at, wow. Wow. I wonder on broker if it closed above. We need to mark on broker here. Daily resistance on broker. If it closed above on broker, we've been bamboozled. We have been scammed. Let's see. Hopefully not. I'm still trying to find out. Now I've lost the whole charts. Oh my god. I don't think we've been scammed. Maybe we have actually. Whoa, we've been fully scammed here. It did close above on broker. We are heavily above daily resistance on broker. Whoa. Can you guys check your brokers? Yeah, we don't have 1 minute structure, but since we have a close above broker, if it does develop some structure, now we're talking. Mixed. Some people say it's above, some below, some above. 50-50. It's 50-50. Anyways, we need some structure here, so let there be some structure, and then we take it. Gold buys, I need a buy a close above this zone here. So if we can get a close above this zone, which would be the 30-minute close in about 12 minutes, I'm interested in buys, yes. Interesting. I'm fully above. Mine's far above on broker. Hold after London Open. Well, hopefully we could be break even by London Open would be the plan. I have 5 pips above. I'm pretty much the same. Yeah, man. 4-hour level is a watch zone. It is a resistance. We have a wick crossing through it, but it is a resistance. So we would have to use it as, yes, a watch zone. How about gold above previous 5-minute? On a 5-minute, I don't trust. Because we don't have 30 close. You don't have 1-hour close bullish. How am I supposed to get into DAX here now? This is super tough, man. 50% of brokers above, 50% below. Very limited structure. Very interesting scenario. This here is you need a perfect close to trade between a daily and a 4-hour. Pretty kamikaze stuff here we're doing. Pretty kamikaze. Weekly, look where we will buy, huh? Very kamikaze. We will buy literally the top of the candle. So we need, come on, man, just give us the setup 2 would be perfect actually. Then we don't even have to buy highs. Can you please check UJ? No point of looking at it. 9 minutes for the candle to close here. 9 minutes. So I'm not taking UJ till I get closes. And the close will come in 9 minutes. If your plan on UJ to take it on 5 minutes, that's your plan. No problem. If you're a 5-minute trader on UJ, I have not tested UJ on 5 minutes. So I'm waiting for a 15. And UJ does not have top wick on 30 minutes as well. So that's it. If gold can close above, yeah, that would be a nice one here. If we can get that close above. Let's see. Let's see. What's nice is that if we get a close above, there's buys. If this flips and closes below my box, there's also sells for the open. 1 hour will close below bearish strong. 30-minute will also basically be potentially even a setup 3, or it will be a flip close. We shall see. Harry, based on your experience plus belief, what factors move price in the end so it makes sense with the strategy? What do you mean by price in the end? Like what moves price on a chart? Is that what you mean? I like ICT with his algorithm. All right, so in that question, it's very simple. So Markets work in an equilibrium, meaning for every buy there's a sell, for every sell there's a buy. What is wrong is that people think that there has to be a losing party. That's not true. People can offset orders to be able to get out of bigger positions or layer into bigger positions even though they're in drawdown. The market is moved by orders. When you have an influx of buyers and influx of sellers will dictate the direction. Structure is created in the market when you get a switch of orders. So sellers came into the market here, buyers are trying to come into the market here, but we're seeing a fight between buyers and sellers. Now, when price comes back to structure, what you can have is you can have orders that were originally taken here as buys. And those buyers can start to offload their orders to get out, right? So as those people offload, that's why the resistance here works. Because resistance is where sellers previously involved themselves in the market, right? So you can still have those pending orders from there, and the market works like that, just a bunch of orders. There's no special algorithm, no one knows the algorithm. It's a multitude of algorithms. You have quant firms, you have hedge funds. Hedge funds actually don't have a big impact on the market. Mostly markets are done through there's clearing houses, right? So you need to research into what is a clearing house. Clearing house is what actually puts the real orders and where the money is cleared through. So we have two main clearing houses, and that's really how it works here, man. Market makers' jobs are literally to fill orders for other people who request them. That's what they're doing on New York Stock Exchange, is they're filling people's orders, balancing books, securing contracts, giving the best deal. I would stay out of gold this session. Volume is trash. It is pretty bad, yeah. But the open can bring volume. Yesterday, what time did the trade come on gold yesterday? Who remembers? What time did yesterday's gold trade come? Exactly. So if we see a setup at London Open today, it's not going to be out of the question not to take it. And we can help that by one magic formula, which we can input on the charts. The lobster open. Dun dun dun. What is stop loss gonna look like? 32? Well, if we get the same push as yesterday, it should be fine. We need to make the lobster neutral because a lobster pointing up means we want it to go up. Today, we're both directions is somewhat okay. So we need to make it a neutral lobster. Yeah, neutral means it doesn't mind. No, I'm not telling it to range. If I'm telling it to range, okay, if I tell it to range, the lobster needs to be facing away from price. If we're telling it to push, it faces towards price. Now it's dictating price what to do. No, it's dictating price what to do, you see? I get it. That's Mr. Crab, not a lobster? Come on, bro. That's a lobster. Harry, what's the history between behind putting a lobster? Asking for curiosity. So, when we were in one of our winning streaks, we had back-to-back trades, and as a joke, I said, "Bring out the lobster," which is what DJ Khaled says, and it became a trend. We used to spam lobsters in chat. I used to say, "Bring out the lobster." Now I have a shirt that says BOTL, "Bring out the lobster." Bottle. And then lobsters became a thing, right? It's a symbolism of winning. What's your biggest losing streak? 4 trades in a row is my biggest losing streak. And my biggest winning streak, I think, is 8 trades. 8 or 7 trades in a row. So let's see, 2 minutes for this candle to close. Let's see if it can close below my box here. We actually stopped saying it. We need to spam bring out the lobster. Yeah, we need to use this. So yeah, stop loss would be above the 15-minute candle if it manages to give us a close. Lobster putting in work, it needs to relax. Hopefully it controls price. Like I said, the lobster needs with its, what are these called? Claws. Needs to control. See, it's controlling volume. Pincers. We need good top wick, good top wick. Getting tight break-even spot. We probably have to run stop above 4-hour support now. We can get away with it because of how deep the close is. Yeah, let's see if it can break the low here. Let's see. Break of low. Pretty tight break even, but we'll see. Now the lobster has done its job, guys. Lobster has done its job. So now we just need to see. Great top wick. I like to see this. I like to see this. Stop loss, we can get away with 4-hour support, especially with this top wick. Did it close below that previous 30? It did. I'll double check with the bigger screen. Yes. Let's put a line on it actually. Yes, it did. We are clearly below. Pretty quick break even at this level here, so we have to be fast, or at least mental, and be watching it. Now, if this 5-minute closes above here, I'll have to cut the order. But if it closes below, it's still okay. So let's see, let's see. Isn't SL too big? No, SL is fine here. We have an ultimate range. We have a 25 pips stop loss. Our range down to here is 25 pips. And then 30-minute range is I mean 1 hour, sorry, my bad, is much bigger range. That's going to be the meat and potatoes of our trade. Kind of like yesterday's trade. We had that 15-minute level in between, and then we tried to push above it yesterday, which we did very easily, but the 1 hour was super clean. Because now we're backed up by a 1 hour close. We are backed up by a 1 hour close. What are you trading? Gold? Yeah, this is gold. Close right at 30 support? No, for me it's below. But the next problem we have is, does this 5-minute close back in the range? If 5-minute close back in the range invalidates my entry here. 3 seconds looking likely. All right, we close back in the range. That's my entry invalidated. So I'm going to be deleting this order now because we are now back inside the range. So it changes the setup here and makes it a different trade. So anyways, break of low keeping us safe. Yesterday we saw a quicker push. And now we just wait. We wait for another 5 close, or maybe the buys end up happening and we just start to retrace from here. We have to see, but that's it. Kept safe. DAX next 5-minute candle. Oh yeah, DAX opened here. No bottom wick, huh? Let's see how the bottom wick looks on broker. On DAX. Eesh. That's a threat. 1 hour, no bottom wick. That makes it very tough. So no, not yet. We need structure if we're gonna rely on no bottom wick. One hour close bearish, 30 close bearish, 15 close bearish, 5 only bullish. Yeah, that bottom wick, there's a big threat. You needed to make that bottom wick. That was a liquidity grab for gold. Yeah, like I said, this is a decision-making place. So if it doesn't get above the highs here, it's going to come back down because it made a lower low, right? So this could be the pullback for a lower high. But the shitty thing is, right here in the middle of the range, the same position we were last time, it's where it can make its decision, right here. Is it going to continue up to the highs, or is it going to make a lower low and continue lower? So that's why we kind of want to stay out that mess. I either want to trade once we get above here, or once we get again below here. That's why I was happy to take an entry there if it was to trigger me. Yeah, it can still be the 1 hour top wick indeed. I mean, if a 5-minute candle closes strong bearish, we can still have that same entry again. Because now we're closing back outside the range. And we'll have the confirmation of the lower high. The 1 hour can still flip here. Otherwise, 1 minute will start to continue this higher low structure. So a lot of stuff here. It's not the easiest range to trade. Complex range to trade. Yeah, now 5-minute would go above that 5-minute high. I mean, not 5-minute, stop loss. See how much stop would be now if we were to close below here. 26. Yeah, let's see. 1 minute left. Look at that last second rejection, huh? 22 seconds here. With spread, I think you get triggered, huh? Eesh. I was setting up my buy stop. Not buy stop, sell stop. Oh, imagine you buy stopped here and it tapped. So I guess that's not going to be an order anymore now. This is why we wait for closures. So super key, right? Oh, it might. Oh, it did close. Wow. Interesting scenario here. So we did close back below the previous range here. So breaking the low can still give the option towards the downside now. So I will still give this a shot, break of low, but I will be aggressive if it starts to come back. Now that the top wick is made. 4 minutes for the 15, so I expect it to flip on this. Not interested in seeing seeing how it instantly rejected. Yes, that's if you're holding the trade. But since we're not part of it, it has no business now to come back and break that whole zone. Especially with those 2 wick lows, to break through it, you should get a volume push. Because if you are holding the trade, complete disaster to see that. If we are waiting like we are, then this is a good sign because it has no business coming back. Why does it need to come back and retest one more time and break the low just to go up? And if it does, immediate, because you know the time it should break it, it should be the time that it pushed. Right? Should be the time that it pushed. And if it doesn't push now, we know that it's going to be game over. Took this on GU, setup 1. All right, nice. Just watch that previous level there. You see it, Mark? This level here. Just watch that level. It didn't close below. Why you take it? Because you're not taking it based on that. You're taking it based on the 1 hour, the 30-minute flip, and now the 5-minute did close below the range. So if you mark this range here, you can see we weren't looking like we were going to do it, but then we did it, right? So it's almost like a setup 2. You're going break of that low. Same SL, 4 hour support SL. So let's see. Have to be quick. would look like this. If this 15-minute close is bullish, it's game over again. Then we just call it quits. But honestly, with 1 minute 39, I'd be ready to call it quits now. You know, it might end up playing the buy scenario we talked about, but we don't know yet till it gets above there. 1 minute, if there's 1 minute left, I'm gonna delete it. So I basically, 22 seconds. Look guys, I don't think it's gonna flip now. We wanted it to flip early, so I'm deleting it again. UJ might close below. Let's see UJ. Yeah, UJ might close below here, but we have key level 47, man. So now you have to get below 47. That's what we rejected off. So now you need like a 5 below, or for this candle to close below, which it doesn't look like it's gonna close below 47. So we can see what's happened here, right? So gold is just still trying to make up its mind, right? We don't know if there's gonna be the buy. So it's trying to make up its mind. We don't know if there's going to be the sell. See what DAX is doing. DAX, it ended up making that bottom wick, which is understandable, right? You see the probabilities of that. And now, if there's going to be a setup on DAX, going to probably be a little bit later. This pullback will create an opportunity to buy back up, right? And gold is not really doing much here. So in that case, I make an executive decision and call it. But I'm going to leave you guys with a plan. If for some reason we get some volume and price closes above 343, I will be looking for a buy. I'm not taking a buy in this 5-minute range, too messy. I would take a buy above 343. Now on DAX, I need to see changes of structure for buys. Later on, if we break out again, I can see more buys. If this 4 hour can close bearish in 1 hour 44 minutes, we will have mixed buys for NY. NY, you can start selling DAX. We can have pullbacks for sells, continuation sells below these lows, these lows, these lows, whatever happens there. So that's going to be the plan here. And that's how I'm going to treat gold. So we'll see gold in about 15 minutes here. Maybe it closes above, give you one more option here. Will be nice, will be the 30-minute close as well. Otherwise, we're going to be stuck ranging here. So have an amazing weekend. I left you with your plan. You need to execute on the plan. Now I'm going to chill with the guys in the exclusive and hopefully catch you guys next week. Good week this week. 3 trades for 3, 1 break even, 2 wins. So congrats to everyone who joined us on stream. And New York has been good as well. Managed to pass a funded this week as well, thanks to New York. So overall, you can consider that a good week, just following the plan. So let's continue it for the rest of the month and finish the month very strong. Yeah, let's take it from there. Appreciate you all. Take care. Tradesharpe. Have a good weekend, and hopefully speak to you guys very, very soon. All right. Peace. Much love. Peace. Oh, wrong button.